Hi guys, so today is the first real day of stay home, stay healthy here in Washington State. My social distancing at the boat has been great, so I'm going to continue working there as well, but I have a project here that I can work on and stay away from everyone. So with a little bit of rain coming down, I'm going to take this chance to tear apart this winch and see how it operates inside, how dirty it is, get it lubricated, and if this one goes smoothly, then I'll go and grab the other one from the boat and do it as well. And then the rest of this week, the end of this week, I'm going to try and sandblast the paint off of the deck of the boat. So yeah, it's going to be interesting doing that because I think the water and the sand are going to flow across the deck and out the scuppers, and it's going to be hard to contain the sand, I think. So I'm going to try a couple of different strategies on that to keep things looking like I'm not doing a lot of work. You know, I mean, remember when I had the geotextile spread out across the ground? I got complaints about that, and that's really the right way to do this, but they didn't like the look of that. So instead of that, I'm going to try just putting a little bit of geotextile in front of the scuppers to catch the sand there, and then maybe a little bit on the ground where the water runs off the boat from coming out of the scuppers. So it'll be interesting to see how well the sandblaster does on the paint on the deck. And as soon as I get that sandblasted, I'm done with sandblasting. So it'll be nice. It's been really nice this week not having to sandblast anything. I've been just cleaning the sand. In the last video you saw the results of that, and it's such a huge morale boost to not have sand going into the boat. So hopefully not a lot of the sand from spraying the deck goes into the boat, but it's going to be hard to keep it out, so gonna have to clean again. But let's get started on this winch project. And guys, I have a few of these holes in the deck prepared to weld up. This is actually in the cockpit. I want to get these welded because I'm gonna store all of my stuff from the front of the boat underneath here, and I want it to be a little bit more waterproof than it was. So I'm gonna weld up these 4 holes and you'll see just how easy it is. So I've already gone ahead and ground the paint off just around the holes. You can't weld through paint unless it's a special weld through type paint, but it's better even so just to not have anything there and get a clean weld. So I'm gonna just do this real quick. You'll see how easy it is. Well, sometimes your stick doesn't like to start. 7018 is tough that way. That's the type of welding rod. Get my little slag hammer. Okay, that's why I bang the stick on the ground before I start to get the extra flux off. Okay, that looks a lot better. Paint underneath there, it's burning. Okay. Last one. Perfect. So that's all there is to it. Hey guys, I'm pretending that I'm sailing today. Just sitting back, relaxing. It must be very cold where I'm sailing because I have all this on. Well, anyway, it's a nice dream. I'm here in the cockpit. Yesterday I tried to sandblast the part of the deck behind me here. It has some non-slip texture on it, and the sandblasting did not work. The sandblaster, it strips off places where the paint is already flaking, but it doesn't take off the parts that are actually adhered. And you know, I mean, that's a good thing because the paint on your deck should be strong, so it just means that there are places where the paint got scratched, I guess, or where they didn't prepare the surface well enough and it didn't adhere to the surface there, and that's why it flaked off. But it means also that I have to find a different way to do this. I tried a grinder with a vacuum hood over top of it so that the dust can't escape. Getting blown over by my tarp here. Yeah, I tried scraping just with the scraper, that didn't work. I tried the grinder with the vacuum hood, which would have worked, but the sanding discs and the grinding discs don't reach down with the hood on to actually remove material. So at the rate I went with that, trying that, it would take me probably a year to finish the deck. It was awful. And that might just be because I have the wrong vacuum hood. There's probably a better fitting one out there. But I decided to try a chemical stripper, and obviously it's very cold out here, so the chemical stripper doesn't like to work in the cold. I left it overnight, and I'm going to pull that plastic off of there now and try and scrape up the stuff and see if letting it sit for about 12 hours is enough to get it to remove the paint. The train will entertain you while I'm doing that. Question is no. Sorry, it's very loud and windy right now, but the answer is no. It does strip up paint. You can see that my scraper is white at the bottom there. It takes up the paint where there's no texture, but where the texturing is something different, and it won't take that up. So I'm gonna have to find a different way to get rid of this paint. Hi guys, I just got back from picking up lunch and a song came on the radio. I Can't Get No Satisfaction, and that's kind of how I feel right now. The sandblasting didn't work, the chemical stripper didn't work, the dust hoods that I had, the vacuum dust hoods for both of my grinders, didn't work well enough for me to be able to grind. Yeah, and my eye is swollen up from some junk that got in there and clogged up an oil gland. So yeah, it's been a rough day, but I'm gonna sit here, eat my lunch, and plan for next week's work, and find the right grinder that can help me get the non-skid paint off the deck. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you. Well, here I am at the airport trying to make it home, and you can see that's my airplane, and there's a maintenance worker inside trying to find a leak in the window for the cockpit. So the flight got canceled, and it's about 8 a.m. I'm all alone in the airport. There's only 2 places in here to get food, and they're both closed. And you can't get food delivered to the airport here. No one will deliver, not even DoorDash. And the closest place to get food, yeah, it's a $14 charge for Lyft just to get there to get food. I've got 3 hours to wait for my flight out of here to Seattle, and then from Seattle back to San Jose. Yeah, so got some snacks here. I guess I'll just eat some snacks, and I'll probably edit this video together, read my book. Yeah, I should have been home by the time my flight will leave here, so that sucks. But what are you gonna do? I didn't get canceled because of coronavirus. I got canceled because of a leaking window and some rain. But I guess it's a good thing that they found the leak in the window before we took off. Well, it wouldn't have mattered that much. It's a small airplane and only an hour flight, so less than an hour flight on this one. So, but anyway, yeah. Sometimes you have a rough trip, but good news is I did find the right tool to remove the textured surface off of the deck of the boat. It's called a scarifier, and there's a cool video of one of the Navy ships having their textured surface, their non-skid surface, stripped off using this machine. So I'll try and put a link up above for that. Yeah, but it's an expensive tool, so I'm going to try and see if I can rent one, or maybe just buy the cutting head. There's one company, Metabo, that it looks like they make a cutting head that will attach to a grinder that I have. So yeah, we'll see about that. Hopefully I can just rent one and be done with it, but it has to be the handheld one, and those aren't as common. So anyway, this is really the end of the video, so yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully back at the boat and not complaining about travel issues.